And we back! Have you ever wondered what the greatest NBA trio is? Like, we hear the words big three thrown around all the time, but have you really taken the time out to think about and figure out who the greatest trio is of all time? Well, we're doing it today, kind of, because it's 2K, and that's not law because 2K is kind of trash. But that's the only method we have to even test these things. So I found the 30th best NBA trios of all time, threw them into one roster. We just gonna see who wins the most championships in a 3-year span. The real question that I know I'm about to get a lot in the comment section is, Kenny, how did you determine who the 30 best trios is of all time? Because there have been a ton of great trios. This is what I did. I went onto Google and I found a bunch of articles. Not I mean a bunch of articles. It could have been 15. It could have been 20. It could have been 70. I don't even remember. I took all the data from these different writers and I made a little graph myself. For example, the heroes of LeBron, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade got mentioned in every single article. So they were a lock. And I did a tally system. And the 30 teams, the 30 trios that got the most votes are incorporated in today's video. So if your favorite trio of NBA history not here, don't be mad at me. Go find all those other authors that was out there making these articles. I'm just a dude that took the information and implemented it to the experiment. So as you can imagine, it took me a long time to get prepped for this video. So I'd appreciate it if you left a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Let's just get into it, y'all. Do not worry about conferences or anything like that, because as you can imagine, a team like the Lakers and the Boston Celtics have been mentioned a ton, and we will have duplicate players because players like LeBron have played for multiple or played with multiple big three. So we have multiple players that are duplicates, but I think that's okay. Let me introduce you to the 30 best trios in NBA history according to the science. Starting off with the 76ers, Moses Malone, Julius Erving, and Mo Cheeks. Oh, also, you're gonna see every single team have base level things, right? These players, the point guard, shooting guard, small forward, they're all stock. They have the same statistics across the board. They have the same tendencies across the board. So they should perform pretty similarly across all 30 teams. So this video is strictly about the big three, but they did need roster fillers. I'm gonna turn off foul outs, and I'm gonna turn off like progressively fatigue, because I want the big threes to play all 48 minutes when they can. But back to it. We got Moses Malone, Julius Erving, and Mo Cheeks, and then the 76er roster, again, just pretty generic across the board here. Then we move on to the Milwaukee Bucks, who have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Oscar Robertson, and Bob Denrich. Didn't know much about Bob Denrich until I started playing a little bit of my team a couple years ago. He always gets a card very early in the game. He'd be like a sapphire. He got crazy defense. That's the only thing I knew about him. Next, we have the Chicago Bulls. If you've seen this one, of course, you can imagine this is a team or trio that won multiple championships together, so it makes sense that they're here. Cleveland Cavaliers, Mark Price, Brad Daughtry, and Larry Nance. Again, they're going to be duplicate organizations, so Kyrie, Kevin Love, and LeBron is in this video too, but this is just the first Cleveland Cavalier team. Next, we have the Boston Celtics. Y'all know what this big three is like. They just got reunited, and guess what? They hugged. They hated this man for like 10 years almost since he left them and went with the Miami Heat and won a championship. They hated him, and now they're all homies again, and it's just good to see. Shout out to The Truth, The Big Ticket, and Ray Reggie, just Shuttleworth, you feel me? Next, we got one of the Los Angeles Lakers team. There might be 12 Lakers teams. I'm not even joking. There's too many Lakers teams. But you got Magic, Kareem, and James Worthy. This might be one of my early favorites. This team is stacked with that talent right there. But it is in 2022. Can they shoot the ball well enough to compete in 2022? We're going to find out. The Memphis Grizzlies, I like that this small market team did not get overtaken. As you can see, the Clippers, the Clippers actually did get overtaken. That's a spoiler. But some teams got overtaken because they didn't have big threes in their history. And because there's so many Lakers teams, some of your favorite organizations don't exist in today's video. I got to keep it a buck with you. But the Memphis Grizzlies have this trio: Mike Conley, Zach Randolph, and Marc Gasol. You love to see it. Next, we got another Lakers team, and this is Kobe Powell and Lamar Odom, who we had to download these two players because Lamar Odom wasn't in the game and Powell wasn't in the game. And so I just went on to the 2K share and downloaded a version of them. And now that I see this guy has 49 badges. I mess with Lamar. I do. 49 badges is kind of extreme, but we gonna look past that because I've been working on this so long, I don't even want to go back. The Miami Heat, you know what this team looks like. We already talked about it. Then we got the second version of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and this one has the LeBron, Kyrie, Kevin Love team. I just realized that their background is kind of cool over there. Like behind LeBron's head, that color of that bluish and with the red, that's fire back there. Now we got the Utah Jazz with John Stockton, Karl Malone, and Jeff Hornacek, who used to do this thing with his face when he's shooting free throws. Wasn't that Jeff Hornacek? Yep, big three. Never won a championship because of That guy is Chicago. You feel me? Next, we got the Sacramento Kings. C. Webb, Peja Stojakovic, and Mike Bibby. One of my favorite teams growing up. Before I moved to this house, on my old house in my office, there was a picture of C. Webb and Peja, because I loved them growing up. So to see them here is one of the best trios of all time. Love it. But again, I could see some conversations about some other players potentially fitting here instead of Bibby, but Bibby was the dude. You feel me? Bibby might get forgotten a little bit because White Chocolate was throwing it off his elbows and stuff. Bibby was the dude. Bibby was the dude for sure. The first New York Knicks team has Patrick Ewing, John Starks, and Charles Oakley. I'm looking at a lot of black eyes for the opposing team. A lot of technicals, ejection, so you better have a good backup power forward because Charles Oakley is looking to hurt you. Next Lakers team is Jerry West, Mr. Logo, Elgin Baylor, and Rudy LaRusso. Next, we have Orlando Magic with Penny Hardaway, Shaq, and Nick Anderson. One of my favorite teams of all time, even though slightly before my time, but I still like rookie young Shaq. I guess I was just a Shaq fan in general, but either way, a good trio right there. Dirk, Mike Finley, and Steve Nash. Now, Steve Nash didn't play there for a ton of time, but when he was there, he was still really, really good, man. Of course, he left there and ended up in Phoenix and won his 2 champions, or his 2 MVPs, but he did play here. You know what I'm saying? He left. Jason Kidd came in, and then Jason Kidd helped Dirk get to that ring. You feel me? Now, speaking of Jason Kidd, there he is with the Brooklyn Nets. He's with Kmart, and he's with Richard Jefferson. I should probably change them to the New Jersey Nets because that's when they played. I don't feel like it. When was the last time we saw RJ with this much hair? He don't even look the same. Shout out to RJ, the homie, man. New York Knicks version 2 has Walt Frazier, Willis Reed, Dave DeBusschere, Dave DeBusschere, and Worcestershire sauce. Same problem. Too many syllables. Too many letters that look the same. Shout out to Big Dave DeBusschere, Worcestershire. Another Lakers team. The logo's on like 9 different teams. Then we just talked about him 30 seconds ago. Him, Will Chamberlain, and a guy I hadn't even heard of. He's not in the game, so we had to download something else. And he had who are you? Chris Dorte's face, because we took him from the Pacers. Never heard of Happy Harrison, but he ended up averaging like 19, 20 points a game during the era with these 2 dudes. So, I mean, you got these 2 dudes up top. I guess it don't really matter who the third person is, but he ended up being the 80s overall. Another Boston Celtics team has Larry Legend, Kevin McHale, and Robert Parrish. Detroit basketball has Zeke, and has Joe Dumars and Bill Laimbeer, of course. Another Boston Celtics team with Bill Russell, Sam Jones, and Tommy Heinsohn. Rest in peace to these 2. Bill Russell, still kicking it. You feel me? He's still doing his thing out there. Was in the building with Bill Russell once upon a time. A couple times now that I think about it. Energy. It's real. Now we have the Houston Rockets, who have Akeem Olajuwon, Clyde Drexler, and Mario Eli. I've always said Eli. Nobody's ever corrected me, so I'm always just gonna say that. But now just looking at the way it's spelled makes me feel like I'm wrong. The Spurs, come on, man. You had to know that the Spurs is going trios. You thought we was gonna miss out on the Spurs? Stop it. Come on, man. One of the Warriors team, of course, this is when Kevin got here. So it's KD, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson, another, I think, underrated trio there. One thing that we have to take into consideration, the positions, right? Some teams have dominant centers, and then this team that doesn't have a dominant center is going to have a stock center, which in this case is DeAndre Ayton, and he's a 75. Will Chamberlain, Hakeem Olajuwon is probably giving bro 60 a night, you know? But here is the OKC Thunder, the big 3, but this is before James Harden was an MVP candidate every single season. So he is only an 87 overall, but will that really matter when you got a 95 and a 97? We'll see. The Lakers again, but this time you got Big Diesel at 98, Kobe at 98, and Derek Fisher, who we had to download at about an 80. So again, do it matter who the third person is? If the top 2 is this elite? Maybe not, maybe it does. Then we have the Clippers, Lob City Clips, with Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, and DeAndre Jordan. And another Warriors team with Mitch Richmond's Run TMC, Chris Mullin, and Tim Hardaway Jr. Another Warriors team, but this one is Draymond instead of KD. And then that is every single elite level trio. Well, not every single, but the top 30 elite level trio according to my calculations. All right. Let me know who was snubbed because there's some conversations. There are some people. Let me tell you the team that ended up with the team that was in 30th place when it comes to rankings that barely made the cut. It was the Lob City Clippers. Lob City Clippers nearly got in this month, but here they are. You know what I'm saying? Because they were taking into consideration talent level. They was taking into consideration success and all of that. And though the talent level was cool here, not a ton of success coming from this trio long term. So, but they made it. That's all that matters. As long as you ended up here, it don't matter because you can prove the doubters wrong. So again, like I said, I want to run it so that our top dudes are getting 48 a game. So I think I might just do it like this, low key. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it like that. And again, turn off foul outs. So I'm going to do that for all 30 teams. Turn off foul outs. Turn off fatigue. Turn off foul outs. Okay. So we just got to go through all 30 teams. So I'm not even done prepping for the video. The video ain't even and now that I think about it, I got to do this for every season because we're doing 3. And we're trying to figure out if there's a team that is so dominant, a trio that's so dominant, they can win multiple championships in 3 years. Everybody is going to be under contract for all 3 seasons. So I shouldn't have to do anything once we start simulating other than relax and enjoy the times just like you will be doing. Because I made sure everybody's under contract for a minimum of 3 years. So we could just ride it that way. It's so weird seeing like BJ Boston Jr., Magic Johnson, same roster. I wonder how much the coaching is going to matter. Like I'm looking at coaching. James Borrego is like a B, but we just got out of here with Eric Spoelstra. Eric Spoelstra is like an A in everything. How much would that come into play? I don't really know. We just here to have fun. Of course, it's 2K, so there's no real science involved here. It's actually just like random number generating stuff. But you know what I'm saying? But you know, it's all for entertainment. I wonder if there's going to be a trio that like dominates the rest. Like this trio is so above everybody else that they win 70 games. I don't think that's gonna happen, but I'm trying to figure out, does the fit matter? You know, a team that has a point guard, a small forward, and a center. You know what? You know, keep it evenly distributed when it comes to positions. Like I feel like some team is gonna have that, and that might be the determining factor. Like this team ain't got no guard play. You got Larry Bird, who counteracts, I guess, that a little bit, but don't got no guard play. So how much will it matter? This team got all guard play, no wings, but a center. You know, I'm just so excited to get to simulator. We're almost done here. This is so cool, but I'm not gonna allow it to happen. They still wanted Manu to come off the bench even in this world. I'm not gonna allow it to happen. I'm gonna go in. I think that he has that thing that says like, he can't be a starter this first season. I bet he has that on. Yep, force non-starter off. Manu, you're a starting shooting guard in this league. We're gonna give you them starting shooting guard minutes, which is every minute. I think that was cool. I didn't know they had that on for Manu, one of the greatest to ever do it at that role for show. You can argue that he might be the greatest to ever do it at that role. And just like that, we are off. We are ready. Let's go ahead and start simulating. Actually, I'm a homer, so I do want to watch the Bulls' success for this first month or two. And look at them. Look at them out the gate, below 500. Wow. All right. Nice way to catfish me into thinking that y'all was about to actually go crazy. Again, don't worry about... Oh my God, I gotta do this 30 times. Don't worry about seeding. Don't worry about conferences, because again, there might be a team that you know is an Eastern Conference team ended up in the Western Conference in this video. It don't really matter. You got to go through the best to be the best anyway. People are averaging almost 50. And it's Elgin Baylor and Dirk fighting for the scoring title. Oh my God. I mean, they're shooting 35 shots a game. Who's hitting the most? Who's shooting the most threes? Steph Curry and Dirk. Steph Curry's averaging about 19 three-pointer shot a game. That's my GOAT. That's my GOAT right there. Steals leader, assist leader. Magic is throwing behind the head passes. Rebound leader. Ooh, Moses Malone and Shaq almost at 20. Dennis almost at... You know what's funny? This is real. Dennis Rodman had a season where he averaged 19 rebounds per game in real life. Where are you at? Where's it at? Oh, I don't think, okay, he might not have finished at 19. At one point in this season, he was averaging 19 rebounds per game. He ended up with 18.7, so it's a little bit disappointing. I'm actually mad at you, Dennis. Hey, he actually hit some threes. Hey, that was before my time, baby. I wasn't born until around here, so, wow. Okay, I'm actually here for this. You know what? Let's go to the break where they do this draft, because I'm curious of who's going to make the All-Star game. Team Kareem and Team Dirk. Oh, that's great. Okay. So it's Dirk, MJ, LeBron, Kobe, and Shaq with Bill Russell, Hakeem Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Elgin Baylor, Chris Paul, Jerry West, 3-time All-Star Jerry West. That doesn't feel right. And then Steph Curry. Then on the other side, we got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bron, Magic, Karl Malone, Kobe. Just realized Kobe is all over the place. Kobe's everywhere. Then you got Larry, Tim Duncan, Jerry West. Okay, so this Jerry West is a 3-time All-Star. So that's young Jerry West. This is old Jerry West, and he's a 15-time All-Star. Okay, then you got Jason Kidd, Big O, Patrick Ewing, and Scottie Pippen. I don't want to go see who's in the lead at this point. I want to be completely unaware of who's doing what in this first season. Oh, no. Karl Malone wins MVP. But I mean, with these numbers, I can't even be mad at them giving him this award. 46 per, 17 rebounds, 6 assists, 2.5 blocks, and a steal and a half. And he shot 46% from three. Why is Moses Malone out here? Karl Malone, sorry. Why did he attempt 300 threes and make 130 of them? What is your three? His 3-point is a B plus. 82 3 is wild for Karl Malone. Am I bugging? And do I not know my history out here? 40% 3-point shooter. Oh, this is in 2001. But how many did you take? He took 5. Why did they make this man a sharpshooting? For his career, I mean, this is going to incorporate this real. You know, I gotta Google it. I'm just so very curious. In his real life career, he shot 27% from three, but he's got an 82 3 in the game. That's actually insane. All right, rookie of the year goes to Happy. I don't think there was any other rookie that he was competing with. Oh, Luka Šamanić got some minutes. You know what? Give it to Luka Šamanić. All right, no, I'm not gonna do that. Happy, you deserved it. Rui Hachimura wins 6 Man of the Year at 3 points per game. Scottie Pippen is the Defensive Player of the Year, averaging 3 steals and 2 blocks per. Triple-double, averaged. 35-point triple-double, average. And then Pau Gasol wins Most Improved, averaging 27, 10, and everybody average a triple-double? I feel like everybody averages triple-double. All NBA team sees MJ, of course. MJ averaged 50. He averaged 51, okay. Jerry West, okay. We saw Karl Malone's MVP numbers. Elgin Baylor, he did get his 52 because he was one of him and Dirk were the two people competing to get that 50 slot. Elgin got his. Kareem did not get his, but he was first team. Dirk is here on second team, and he did not get his 50. What a shame, Dirk. What are you doing? Kobe got 45. Magic ended up with 35. I'm not going to look at everything. Third team, LeBron and LeBron make it. LeBron make it. Got you. You got Clyde. You got Jerry West. You got Moses. Now, the defensive team should be stacked because, yes, these are also some of the greatest defensive players of all time. And Lamar Odom is there. That was probably all of them badges they gave Lamar Odom. You feel me? All right, rookie teams. Okay. Who did what? The only thing that's going to bother me is the fact that 3 Lakers teams made it. And I need to... 4 Lakers teams made... 4 Lakers teams. And if there's 20 teams, 420... Oh, man, math is hard. 1/5 of the teams here are Lakers. Math. I do a little something. I went to school for at least a little bit. Out east, a 3-way tie for the first seed. Yes, this is what I wanted. This is parity. Unless you count this Lakers team might be the greatest and it might not matter. This is Magic, James, a point guard, a small forward, and a center. I mean, they got the perfect balance. Okay. But this is Sam Jones's team. I didn't know if that was going to be, you know what I'm saying, KG and them, or was it going to be Bill Russell? Okay. This is Bob Danrich's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's on a couple of these teams. Yep. That's the Heatles. Who are the worst, though? This Lakers team with Jerry West, Happy Harrison, and Will Chamberlain. That makes sense. Will Chamberlain's only a 92 and Happy's an 83. It makes sense that they're not that high. And OKC's, whoa, OKC. Come on, man. I just realized I got a loan in the draft class. I got all bums. Keep that in mind. Remind myself. I need to remind myself because I don't want no rookies coming in 80 overall and saving y'all. Y'all need to get it together. All right, but this is cool. I feel like there's actually parity in the NBA. The hottest team out west, at least, is this Warriors team, and this is Ron TMC. And the hottest team going into the playoffs out east is this 4-seeded Cavs. And this is Kyrie Braun and K Love. You see what jerseys I got them in? I didn't like these jerseys in real time growing up. Looking back on it, I was asleep, bro. These jerseys are fire. I don't care what nobody say. I was asleep. It was me. I was the problem here. You know, they went on a 4-game winning streak there. They could have easily been tied for these other spots as well. All right, let's get out of the play-in because nobody cares about the play-in. And the teams that make it are the New York Knicks and the Houston Rockets and Philly and Boston. Okay, I gotta lock in because I need to see if there's gonna be any 7-game series out here. We got 3. Count them 3, and one of them is a play-in. 2 of them are play-in teams. Oh my God, the play-in team won this series. Hold on. This was Celtic on Celtic crime. Which Celtic won though? I literally couldn't tell you. Wait, Ray Allen them advanced. Ray Allen and them advanced. Okay, so they beat Bill Russell's team. Wow, that was so hard to figure out. But Ray Allen's team advanced. Right? Or is KG? Is it Paul? Let's say Paul Pierce's team, because he was the one that was here originally. Paul Pierce's team advances to the next round. Okay. All right. They upset their own boys. I wonder if you're a Celtics fan watching this series, what the heck is going through your mind? I guess you just pick your favorite trio out of the trios, but that's a wild one. All right. I want to simcast some of these games. Jump into some of these games for sure. The Bulls are going against the Cavaliers, and this is Bron versus MJ, basically. Will it be close enough for us to jump into? It did for a second like it was going to, but it ended up not being it. And there it is. LeBron and Kyrie get out of that in the game 7. MJ, I can't say MJ folded, bro. Scored a 55. I can't say he folded. He just, I don't know. They had a defense to stop the other. I don't really know what the answer was. All right, next game is Bucks versus 76ers. And I would assume this is Big O versus Moses Malone. That's what I'm thinking. And it looks like Big O is getting out of there. You know what a team that got some votes that didn't make it? Giannis, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday. Got some votes, but they didn't make it. But the other Bucks team is making them proud right now by advancing to the second round. I don't know which Lakers team this is. I don't know who to expect, but it don't really matter because the Lakers are winning this one. Blew them out by 30 plus, 50. They should be ashamed of themselves. They just lost by 62. If my math is correct, they just lost by 62. Wow. Yeah, really? Y'all scored 60 points in the entire game? How did y'all even make that to a 7? I don't know. Next, we move on. LA versus LA. Boston versus Utah. Cleveland versus Boston. And then Milwaukee versus Miami. Now, Boston has the highest chance of winning a championship because they got 2 people on the board, and they're not going against each other. They had 4 people in the playoffs, too. Or 3 people in the playoffs, too. I didn't even realize. All right, let's get through this round. We got one game 7. This is Big O, Dan Rich, and Abdul-Jabbar versus Hedos. Ooh, interesting. All right. Hedos, low-key surprising that y'all were as low as the 3rd seed. I thought that y'all was going to really make some noise, and it looked like y'all not even getting out of the second round because Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is just that nice. And I like Chris Bosh, but even if you put him on Kareem was probably going for 40. Or in this case, it was Big O. Jesus Christ, Big O. Why didn't you get the last 3 rebounds? Tweaking. All right, so we got a 2-8 and a 2-5. Can we see a Boston NBA Finals? It's still possible. It's still possible. We got a game 7 over here. One Boston team did lose. So we got Kobe, Shaq, and D. Fish. Derek Miller? Oh, Darius Miller. I thought my boy was in the game. Darius Miller. Advanced. Kobe and Shaq. Elite duo, really. It's really kind of a duo. Derek Fisher just got thrown into it. You feel me? Just got thrown. All right, game 7. Eastern Conference, Western Conference. I couldn't tell you what conference we're really in. Is it going to be a close one? It might be. It might. Y'all need to go on a little run here. It's not going to be a close game. Oh, no run. Both of the Boston teams make it to the conference finals but get eliminated. So in this, we have Derek Fisher, Kobe, and Shaq versus Big O, Bob Danrich, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That center matchup, I'm here for. You feel me? I'm here for this one. Game 1 of the series is a Bucks win. Bucks win. Bucks win. Bucks sweep Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Stop it. You ain't have to do him like that. Wow. They didn't get a game? D. Fish didn't hold his weight, bro. Real life. Real life. You average 17. You average 17. Oh, man. You didn't hold your weight. Okay. Year 1 is won by Bob Danrich. Let me go load in the bad draft class. I wonder how many of y'all thought that was going to happen. How many of y'all saw that to be the case? That we was about to have it where Bob Danrich was going to be the savior. I keep saying Bob. It was Kareem and Big O is kind of a nasty duo in itself. Bob was there. Shout out to him. NBA legend. Maybe a Hall of Fame. I'm looking it up. Bob Danrich is an NBA Hall of Fame, a 4-time All-Star, 1-time All-NBA, 2-time NBA champion. Hall of Famer, though. Every team should look pretty much the same. Again, nobody should have hit free agency. At least our players. Every trio should still be intact, and they are. Okay. And I guess year number 1 had all the electricity. We just gonna simulate through year 2. We're not stopping to see who all-stars are. I want to get back to the playoffs because that was exciting. Elgin Baylor wins MVP in year 2. 52 points per, 15 rebounds, 6 assists. Okay, Elgin. I guess Bones is a rookie now. Ja Morant is now a 6th man at a 70-something overall. Pip wins Defensive Player of the Year for the 2nd year in a row. And then Tyronn Lue again. Yeah, that's been a good team, bro. A good regular season team. Rookie team, All-NBA team 1, All-NBA team 2, All-NBA team 3. Again, both LeBrons end up there. Defensive team. Let's get back to the playoffs, baby. Will we see some type of repeating? Because again, these trios ain't getting better or worse. So I wonder what the determining factor is and how many games you win or lose. OKC was still bad, so that was a consensus thing from both years. This team, yeah, again, bad. Okay, but up top, do we have parity? Kind of. I mean, we got 2 teams tied up here in the Western Conference. This is the team to beat. Magic, James Worthy, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Again, I don't know how a team even beat that type of trio. That team is crazy. But parity after that. You know what I'm saying? We talking like 500 teams. And out East, we talking slightly above 500 teams. So I'm here for it. Let's get past this play-in game because nobody care about the play-in. I love a good upset. Give me a good upset somewhere. Somebody give me an upset. We got a 7-game on this side now. We got some 7 games now. Kobe, Lamar, and Powell versus Chris Bosh, Paul, and Paul, and then KG. And they're the same positions too. So that makes that game very interesting. Where's that? That was this one? That game is very interesting. And the Lakers end up winning it. And it wasn't super close. It was an 11-point game. I kind of figured that it wouldn't be that close, so that's why I went through it. Next game we have is Heat versus Magic. The Heatles lose, and it was a 1-point game too, but the Heatles lose. I actually decided that I don't want to jump in because it skews it too much. As soon as you start jumping in, people start playing like trash. All these crazy stats that you're seeing would not happen if we jumped into games. So I'm just going to let the simulation do the simulation thing. All right, I feel like that's the best for the entire video. And the next, we got the 1 seed getting out of there, and that was the Magic Kareem team beating KD, Steph Curry, and Klay. Another team that I feel like would be doing better if just they had a center. They just don't. This man, Tyler Bay, had 9 fouls. He's known for one thing this season. That's for being a hack. How many fouls did you average a game? Can we even see that? He fouled out. Fake fouled out majority of the games this season. All right? So we got a 1-5-2-3 and then a 1-4-2-6. Lakers 76ers. Okay, Kobe. Oh, this is the same team from before. All right, so they just made it to the 2nd round, and they're going against Philly, and Philly cut all of that down. Moses Malone. You know what I'm saying? The doctor came to give y'all a little bit of medicine. You feel me? All right, we got a 2-4 and a 1-3. We will not get a repeat because the Bucks are defending champion. Didn't make they were a play-in team this season. Oh my God, and they didn't make it. They were a play-in team that lost. Huh. Parity. Parity right there. You see it in the flesh right there. 2-0 series on both sides, 2-1s, okay? 3-1, 3-2 on both sides. Game 7 in both. Okay. Lakers Cavs. Is this what I'm thinking? Oh, I thought this was Kobe versus Bron. This is a different Lakers team. But Magic, Worthy, and Kareem is elite. But they're going against Kyrie, LeBron, and K-Love. How we gonna see this play out? Game 1, Lake Show. Okay, at least it's not gonna be 2 sweeps in 2 seasons. Oh, we gotta fight. LeBron, Kyrie, and K-Love, Cleveland. This is for you. Okay, 1 more season. As so far through 2 years, there's been a lot of parity. Nobody has repeated, but the Bucks have a chance, and the Cavs have a chance to potentially go down as the greatest trios of all time. What we found out is, through our random experiment that doesn't mean anything, that Bucks trio and the Cavs trio are the 2 best trios in NBA history so far. 1 more team can add to that little ranking system. Shaq wins MVP, and what we're seeing is there is no consistency, and I love it. Nobody should be dominating. I mean, everybody's dominating, but nobody should be dominating above the other. So Shaq winning MVP is dope. Bill Russell wins Defensive Player of the Year. Low-key surprised it took this long for Bill Russell to do this. He's the ultimate teammate, ultimate winner, and the ultimate defender, too. Chris Finch wins Coach of the Year. And I think that's a Warriors team, maybe? I don't even remember. Nope, it was it was a different Lakers team. Okay, the Lakers just do their thing, man. And now we got people progressing. Anthony Edwards is a player for them, and that defeats the purpose of the video. It's year 3, so I guess we don't care. But here's power rankings. Who's the worst in the entire league? Go back to standings. The worst in the entire league, Houston Rockets. This team got nothing going for them this entire time. Their trio guys are 70 now, you know? The Utah Jazz went from having an MVP candidate to, at the age of 37, he's regressed, as you can imagine. Same thing with John Stockton at 32 now. So they're regressing. And then this Lakers team, which Lakers team is this? That's this bad at the bottom of the conference. Jerry West, oh, because Wilt is old too. Yeah, 36. And again, Happy Harrison don't be on nothing. All right, OKC just don't make the playoffs. I've done videos like this before. OKC never gets, that trio never gets the love in this game. They just don't. All right, I think I'm breezing through year number 3, y'all. We're going to get to the conference finals. That's what we care about, right? Let's get to the conference finals. We got 3 Lakers teams. The Lakers will represent themselves one way or another in this finals. But the Cavs are here too. Oh, snap. The Cavs are here too. The Cavs, if they win this championship, they go down in history as a KOT4Q video's most best trio of all time. They're 8 wins away. Can they get it done? They're going against the Lakers team now. Oh, the Lakers, you got to fight back. They lost home court advantage. They got eliminated. Man, we will crown a new champion, and it will be a Lakers team guaranteed. Trae Young is getting better. Onyeka Okongwu is getting better. Keon Johnson is getting better, and Dean Wade is getting better. So it doesn't matter. Are we really looking at trios now? I don't know, but this is the last year of the video. But we got Magic versus Cove, I guess. Lamar versus James Wiseman. James Worthy. And Powell versus Kareem. 7-game series. Which Lakers team is going to win? Lamar Odom won Finals MVP. There it is. There it is. Every single season we saw a different champion. So we did this and found out nothing. But we had fun. I had fun. And at the end of the day, that's all that really matters. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.